It's very easy to understand the DNA of the club. It's the ball on the grass, not in the air, and quick passing, quick movement, technically with a great understanding in movement. It's funny because even now, my former teammates, especially the French players, they always tell me that I'm the son of Arsene Wenger. For me, it was far away from many managers back in days because it was already in the future. The way he managed his team, the way he managed a human being. For him, the most important was not how good you were on the pitch, but how good you could be as a human being. He always told me that if you want to discover what kind of player you are on the pitch, you have to discover what kind of human being you can be. It's very easy to understand the DNA of the club. It's the ball on the grass, not in the air, and quick passing, quick movement, technically with a great understanding in movement, But on top of it, you have to be good technically as well. It's quick. Back in days, we were called the Little Barca in Europe. That's for good reason. I remember when I first came in Arsenal. So in space of 15 years, everything had changed on the pitch, in the mentality and the perception of people outside the club. It was not easy, to be honest with you, even for Arsene Wenger when he first came. As a French person, England and France are the best brother and sometimes the best enemy, politically and everything, But we are so close, both countries. When Arsene came into the club, the Arsenal fans, the Premier League people, they were saying there's too many foreigners players, especially French players, and they were calling it the French Revolution. We had to do even more on the pitch, but outside the pitch as well. We had to behave, in the right way to show everyone that it was a good decision for us to come to the club. The mix between English and foreign players, when we won the double in 1998 was amazing. I remember with the back four, typical English, ready for battle, winning mentality, fighting spirits, with European players, in midfield and up front as well. So the mix was beautiful. And for me, this is what football is about, It's the unity between different person, different culture. Doesn't matter what color is your skin, if you're Muslim, Catholic or whatever, if you're rich or poor, this is football, And this is what we did with Arsenal. It's funny because even now, my former teammates, especially the French players, they always tell me that I'm the son of Arsene Wenger. Maybe because I know Arsene, we know each other such a long time. He was my manager in Monaco. He's the one who gave me the opportunity to play for the first team when I was at the academy. I was not professional. I was 17 and he brought me into the first team. And my relationship with him was amazing, on the pitch but outside the pitch as well. He was such open-minded. He was such a sweet guy, For me, he was far away from many managers back in days because he was already in the future. The way he managed his team, the way he managed a human being. For him, the most important was not how good you were on the pitch, but how good you could be as a human being. He always told me that if you want to discover what kind of player you are on the pitch, you have to discover what kind of human being you can be. Because I was, back in days when I was 17, 18 years old, I was fighting with bad spirits in my mind. So I needed to change something, and he was acting as a father for me. He was protecting me so much. I have no word to say what I feel and what I think about Arsene Wenger. I really like the style of play, the unity of the team. For me, it's important. Football is about emotions and joys, and it's about sending a good message to people. And this is exactly what Arsenal did this season. Yeah. I think the style of play as well. I think they are convinced about what Arteta wants to do on the pitch. The way he wants his players, evolve on the pitch altogether. He received confidence from the dressing room so far. Don't forget that Arteta, when he first came at the club, he was under criticism, and many people were saying that he was about to leave the club, and maybe Arsenal was about to sack him and was supporting Arteta, was saying everywhere, giving some time. He just arrived at the club, he's a new manager, a young manager. He's got proper ideas what he wants to do on the pitch, and he makes big decisions during his management, especially with the captain, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But on top of it, step by step, you know, I remember last season when they were, I can see a big improvement into the team, collectively and individually. But on top of it, the DNA of the club is back. So I'm very happy so far, very proud of this team, young team, just like yesterday. They've been playing like this all season. You can see the joy, you know, between them. They're happy to play all together. And for me, it's very important. Well, more quantity players, quality players into the team, more options for Arteta, you know, in terms of rotation. When I look the last few weeks against Manchester City, experience has been, you know, a major problem, you know, for Arsenal, how to handle the pressure. But as you said, they are the youngest team in the Premier League. When I look at Pep Guardiola, he can change 5 or 6 players every single game, that's without any impact on the quality of playing. This is a major difference, you know, with Arteta, you know. He's always played with the same first 11 every single game, and you could see that the last few months some players were very tired. Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard as well looked tired. And on top of it, when you have an important player injured, just like Saliba, for example, central defense, look at Pep Guardiola. He's got five central defenders. Can you imagine if, for example, Diaz was injured for months without any option for Pep Guardiola? It would change so many things, you know. So the quantity of player, the experience, and I think this is something that Arteta and Arsenal must improve. I don't know for the new generation, but sometimes I have the feeling that they don't approach the same way that we used to before. I won't say that before it was better, but me and my old teammates, every time we lost a game, you cannot talk to us. You couldn't talk to us after the game. Even when I went back home, my family cannot talk to me. They had to wait the following morning to talk to me because I was so annoyed losing games. And I could always replay the game in my mind all the time, what I've done wrong, why did we lose? I was so upset all the time. I was not the only one. And sometimes we couldn't eat. We had pain and stomach, things like this. So I think if you hate to lose games, this is the best way to win titles. Casemiro, for example, yeah, maybe Rice as well. But I'm a big fan. I'm sorry about that, but N'Golo Kante, he was injured, you know, for the last, this season was a terrible season for him. But when N'Golo Kante is fit, I think he's the best. Simple as that.